If you're running a small business, there's a good chance you're spending 3 to 4 hours every week on tasks that feel necessary, but honestly feel like they're eating you alive. Writing the same kinds of emails over and over, putting together your schedule, following up with clients, creating social posts, answering questions you've answered 100 times. I'm going to show you 10 of those tasks today, and I'm going to show you exactly what the manual version looks like, what tools most business owners are using to do it the hard way, and what doing it with AI actually looks like in practice, while saving you time and money on a weekly basis. If you haven't seen any of my content yet, I'm Sabrina, and I spent 30 years simplifying complex systems for Fortune 100 companies. Now I help small business owners reduce administrative chaos through simple tools and practical AI, so they can concentrate on what matters the most to them. I'll tell you this, the gap between how long this stuff takes manually versus with AI is not small. We're talking about hours turning into minutes every single week. So if you own a salon, a boutique, a daycare, a pet grooming business, a cleaning service, a wellness practice, or really any small service-based business, stay with me, because every single example I'm about to show you is built for your world, not some tech startup. Let's start with the one that probably hits closest to home. Task 1, responding to new client inquiry emails. You get an email from a potential client asking about your services, your pricing, your availability. You stop what you're doing, open your email, think about how to word your response, type it out, reread it, send it. And then you do that 5 to 10 more times that week. If each one takes you 10 to 15 minutes, that's up to 2.5 hours just on inquiry responses. Here's where you are going to save some time. You paste the inquiry into ChatGPT or Claude with a prompt like this. I run a pet grooming business. A potential new client just sent me this email. Write a warm, professional response that answers their questions and invites them to book. You get a complete reply in about 90 seconds. You read it, you tweak one line if needed, and you send it. You're still the one in control, reviewing it and sending it. Claude or ChatGPT is just drafting it, so you're editing instead of writing from scratch every single time. Task 2 is writing your weekly social media posts. If social media feels like a part-time job you never applied for, this one's for you. Most business owners spend 30 to 60 minutes on each post. That includes staring at a blank screen, trying to think of something relevant, researching social trends, writing the content, deleting it, rewriting it. 3 to 5 posts a week at this rate means 2 to 4 hours just on social content. And that's before you even open your design tool for the ad images. Let's simplify this to save some time. Open ChatGPT or Claude, give it your topic, your audience, and your tone in one prompt. Something like, write 3 Facebook posts for a health and wellness coach. The topic is managing decision fatigue. My audience is women small business owners. Keep it warm and conversational. Then, within 20 seconds, get 3 options. You pick one, adjust a line or two, and you're done. Simple as that. Let me give you a good example from a wellness coach I know. She posts 4 times a week. She used to spend Sunday afternoon writing posts. Now she has a conversation with ChatGPT, giving it her topic list on Friday, gets a full week of drafts in about 5 minutes, and she's done. And guess what? Sunday is hers again. Task 3 is creating or updating your service menu or pricing sheet. This one probably sits on the to-do list for weeks because it feels like a project. Most owners open a Google Doc or Canva, try to rewrite their service descriptions, and spend an hour just on formatting and wording. And because it takes so long, a lot of pricing sheets stay outdated way longer than they should. The beauty of ChatGPT or Claude is you can just paste in your current services and prices, describe what you want updated, and ask AI to rewrite the descriptions so they're clear, professional, and appealing to a first-time client. Done in 2 minutes. You copy it into your existing template, and you're finished. Let me tell you a quick story about someone who previously struggled with updating her package prices. It was a daycare owner who needed to add a new part-time enrollment option to her summer packages. She pasted her old descriptions into Claude, described the new option, and had polished copy for all 3 packages in under 5 minutes. What's important to understand here is that using ChatGPT or Claude does not mean you are not in control. It doesn't change your prices or services. It just makes them sound as good as they actually are, in a draft format that you can edit and approve, giving you back hours of your time to focus on what really matters. Task 4 is following up with leads or lapsed clients. Following up is where money gets left on the table, because writing a message that doesn't sound salesy or awkward takes longer than it really should. Business owners usually have a list of people who inquired but never booked, or clients they haven't seen in a while. If you are managing this list manually, you are spending 10 to 20 minutes having to go through each person on the list, then trying to write something that sounds natural for each of them. Most owners skip it entirely. With AI, you give it the context. Write a warm, non-pushy follow-up message to a client who booked a facial with me 6 weeks ago and hasn't come back. My salon is called Name. Keep it friendly, brief, and end with a soft invitation to rebook. Done in 60 seconds. You get a message that sounds like you and doesn't feel like a sales pitch. I spoke to a personal salon owner a few months ago who had 15 lapsed clients she'd been meaning to reach out to. She used ChatGPT to write the messages, sent them in one afternoon, and 2 clients booked within 48 hours. The money in your business is often sitting in your existing contact list. AI makes it easy enough that you'll actually do it. Task 5 is writing job postings or onboarding documents for new hires. Hiring is stressful enough without having to write the job posting on top of it. This is where a lot of owners lose a Saturday morning. If you are manually doing this, that means you are spending time trying to describe the role, the expectations, the vibe of your business in a way that attracts the right person. I'm thinking that's about 1 to 3 hours for a posting and another 2 to 4 hours to put together even basic onboarding documents. I'm going to share how to cut down this time significantly using ChatGPT or Claude. So open Chat and enter a prompt like this. Write a job posting for a lead groomer at a small pet grooming business. The role involves bathing, grooming, and scheduling. We're a small team and we care a lot about how the animals are treated. The ideal candidate loves animals and has at least 1 year of experience. It's ready for you in approximately 90 seconds. How amazing is that? And for the onboarding materials, do the same. In ChatGPT, request, create a simple first week checklist for a new employee at my pet grooming service. Include their first day, first week, and first 30 days. Done in 2 minutes. So we just knocked down a whole day's worth of work to under 5 minutes. Task 6 is writing product descriptions for your shop or website. If you sell physical products, whether that's in a boutique, an Etsy shop, or on your own website, you know what it feels like to stare at a new item and try to describe it in a way that makes someone want to buy it. Manually writing descriptions can be a time-consuming task. When you have to think about SEO, tags, customer experience, and getting all the details right, you could be spending 20 to 40 minutes per product. If you're adding a new collection or doing a seasonal refresh, that can be a full day of writing. To make it simple with AI, you upload a picture of the product into ChatGPT and ask something like, write a product description for a handmade body lotion. The scent is lavender and vanilla. My customers are women who want to feel calm and relaxed before bed. Keep the tone warm and a little poetic, not corporate. You get a complete description in 30 seconds. For a new collection of 20 items, that's 10 minutes instead of 8 hours. Imagine if you are an arts and crafts boutique owner who is adding 25 new handmade items before the holiday season. If you use ChatGPT to write every description, you could be done with this task in 1 afternoon instead of maybe 3 full days on your own. Task 7 is all about creating client intake forms or pre-appointment questionnaires. Having a good intake form saves you time on every single appointment, but building one from scratch takes longer than most people expect. Building the intake form manually means thinking through what you, as the business owner, need to know about the customer, then figuring out the right questions to add to the form, then formatting everything into a Google form and testing it to make sure it works as planned. That's 1 to 3 hours for something your clients only spend about 3 minutes filling out. To simplify this process, there are several AI tools available that build forms and have templates to start with. Or you can go into ChatGPT and ask it something like, create a client intake form for a dog grooming business. I need to know the dog's name, breed, age, any health issues or sensitivities, whether they've been groomed before, and the owner's contact info. Keep the questions clear and friendly. Done in under 2 minutes. You copy it into whatever form tool you use. Pretty easy, right? Or let's say you are a pet grooming business owner and you need separate intake forms for dogs, cats, and exotic pets. You would give ChatGPT the context for each and get your 3 complete forms in under 15 minutes. Task 8 is answering your most frequently asked questions. Every business owner has questions they answer the same way every single week. What are your hours? Do you take walk-ins? What's your cancellation policy? Do you take new clients? What products do you use? If you are doing this as the questions come in, you are duplicating effort. You are typing the answers again and again. 5 to 10 minutes per message, 10 to 20 of these a week. That's 1 to 3 hours answering the same questions on repeat. When you use AI to help with this, it will build a saved response library. You can then just ask AI to write a friendly professional response to your 10 most common questions in one sitting. That takes about 20 minutes. Then, whenever a question comes in, you paste the closest template, tweak 1 or 2 words for that specific person, and send it. Task 9, putting together a monthly newsletter or client update email. A lot of small business owners either spend way too long on their newsletter or skip it entirely because they never have time. AI fixes both of those problems. Think about starting with a blank page for your monthly email of your business newsletter. You would need to decide what to say, actually write it out, edit it, format it in MailChimp or wherever you send from. That's anywhere from 1 to 3 hours per email. And if you are manually writing out the newsletter, you are spending way more time. With automation, your monthly newsletter emails become a review task versus something you have to write yourself. Just pop the information into ChatGPT, something like, write a monthly newsletter for my daycare clients. This month I want to mention our summer schedule change, a reminder about sunscreen policy, and a quick tip for helping kids transition back to school routines. Keep it warm, brief, and end with a reminder to reach out if they have questions. Under 2 minutes. Paste it into your email tool, add your branding, and send. Consistent communication keeps clients coming back. AI makes consistent actually possible. Task 10 is creating a simple training guide or standard operating procedure for your team. This is the last one, but is probably the most valuable thing on this entire list, especially if you have even one employee or contractor. So many business owners never write down how things are supposed to be done because it takes so long and there's never a good time. So instead, you answer the same questions from your team over and over, or things get done differently depending on who's working, and you end up having to check everything yourself anyway. If you are documenting processes manually, it's probably taking you anywhere from 2 to 5 hours to document just one process really well. And most owners have 10 to 20 processes that need documenting. With AI, Write a simple step-by-step procedure for opening our salon in the morning. Include turning on the equipment, setting up the stations, reviewing the day's appointments, and how to handle a client who arrives before we're ready. Done in 3 minutes. Clean, numbered, ready to hand to any new team member. A daycare owner had been meaning to write her morning check-in procedure for 2 years. She described it out loud into a voice note on her phone, pasted the transcript into Claude, and had a polished 10-step procedure ready to laminate and post by the front door. Total time, 8 minutes. When your standards are written down, your team can meet them without you standing there. That is how you start getting your time back. So there you have it, 10 tasks, hours every week, and every single one of them can be done in minutes with AI. Now here's the one thing this video doesn't cover. What to do when AI gives you something that doesn't quite sound like you. That happens, and there's a simple fix for it. I made a video on exactly that, how to train AI to write in your voice so what comes out actually sounds like your business, not a generic template. Check out my other videos where I show you how. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you want to work through any of this alongside other business owners who are figuring it out at the same pace you are, the free Sensible Practice community is on School. The link is in the description. Come find us.